all the diets and programs on the market, I want to talk about a super easy way to think about how you eat and what you eat, and that's quality over quantity. We developed this food target to focus more on upgrading the quality of all your foods versus counting calories or counting macros or counting grams, which is just another form of dieting and isn't sustainable long term. So as we start to focus on higher quality foods and getting closer to the center of the food target, which we call superfoods, the less likely we are to overeat and therefore have to worry about counting anything for that matter. So when we think about greens, for example, none of us are typically overeating broccoli. And if we eat an apple, typically we only eat one apple. So as we start to focus more on quality, the less likely we are to overeat. It makes the whole process of eating really simple, and we can trust everything that we're consuming. One of my favorite macronutrients to talk about are carbohydrates. Carbs do 4 big things for the body. They're the body's preferred energy source. They're high in fiber, they're high in antioxidants which lower inflammation, and then they also help with our mood. There's no coincidence that the most popular diet on the market is a low-carb diet, but we have the highest rates of depression. Carbs are actually really great at boosting serotonin, making us feel happy and satisfied and content. And serotonin not only makes us feel good, but it also aids in digestion. So carbs are essential for a healthy gut, and we know that the gut-brain connection is real. The healthier our gut is, the better we feel. When it comes to carbohydrates, I always love to tell people focus on quality of carbohydrates. So I'm not talking about processed carbs or processed sugar, but high quality carbohydrates. So many people know that fruits and vegetables are carbohydrates, but also when it comes to grains, like healthy grains, ancient grains, farro, quinoa, millet, oats, these are all going to be really high quality carbs. And there's only sometimes certain nutrients that we can get from carbohydrates. So many of our essential B vitamins we can only get from grains, healthier grains, ancient grains, and then also leafy greens. So we want to make sure that we include a balance of a lot of these carbohydrates. Now, fruits, vegetables, potatoes, sweet potatoes, all of these are going to be really great for the body. They're going to be really great for energy. We can also upgrade all of our grains, our pastas, by choosing higher quality carbohydrates that only have one ingredient. So maybe you're choosing a sprouted grain bread or one ingredient pasta, or of course we know that there's only one ingredient in oats. So while these are specifically designed to be carbohydrates for the body, they're also loaded in protein as well. So many times oats have protein, leafy greens have protein. So we know that carbs aren't really bad for us. We can still burn fat while consuming carbs, but it's all about upgrading the quality. So carbs are sugar and sugar are carbs. That's what carbohydrates are. Processed sugar, added sugar, those are things that we should avoid, but carbs in their most natural state are essential for the body. If you find carbohydrates in their most natural state, you can't go wrong. They're perfectly healthy for the body. So we don't want people consuming added sugar or processed carbohydrates, but we want people to understand that carbs are essential, especially if you get them in their most natural state. Most people don't think about the quality of proteins they're consuming, but it's really important to focus on high quality protein sources. Proteins can come from plants or they can come from animals. A good rule of thumb is, especially when it comes to animal products, to buy all of your animal product proteins organic. Proteins are essential for repairing and building muscle, and they're crucial for growth. So when you think about proteins, you want to get proteins from lean meats. You can get it from even leafy greens, broccoli, fish, wild-caught fish, tuna. Spirulina chlorella is a freshwater algae. It's loaded in protein, so it's a great protein need for even vegans or just people that feel like they need a boost of protein. You can get protein from beans and legumes and lentils. Eggs, of course, are an essential protein for the body, loaded in nutrients. You You can get protein from nut butters, nuts, seeds, and then some people don't think about grains. You can get a lot of protein from grains. So hemp seeds I love because not only are they high in protein, but they're high in healthy fats, and it's a good replacement for processed protein powders. So if you're making a smoothie in the morning, you want to make sure that you're adding good quality protein rather than processed, expensive protein powders that can be really expensive. I love to consume hemp seeds. I throw hemp seeds in my smoothie just like I would a protein powder, but it's a high quality plant-based protein and it's loaded in not only protein, but also healthy omega-6 fats. So just finding hemp seeds, really at every single grocery store you can find hemp seeds. They're really affordable and really healthy for the body. You want to make sure that you're focusing your proteins on really high quality sources, and you can get them from a variety of foods, not only animal products, but also plants as well. Believe it or not, fats do not make you fat. Fats heal the body. They're essential for brain health, heart health, hormonal health. They help to lower inflammation and they make us feel good. It's all about upgrading the quality of your fats. Now, you can find fats in seeds like pumpkin seeds and hemp seeds. Hemp seeds are high in healthy omega-6 fats, which are really good for aging, hormonal health. Hemp seeds are also high in protein, not only fat. And then omega-3 fats are really essential for our health, like chia seeds and flax seeds, and even cod liver oil. Cod liver oil contains an omega-3 fat called DHA, which is really great for brain health, mood, and memory. And DHA really can only be found in a good quality oil. Not only does cod liver oil have DHA, which is a type of omega-3 fat, but it's also high in B12. So a lot of good nutrients you'll get from fats. Fats also are found in nuts, of course, nut butters like almond butter, peanut butter. I love cashew butter. You can always find sunflower seed butter if you're allergic to more of the nut butters. And then, of course, avocados. You can get avocado oil, which I love to use for high heat cooking. So typically I make my own potato chips at home and I just cut red skin potatoes really thin. And then I'll just sprinkle it with a little avocado oil and I'll bake it at about 450 degrees for 30 minutes. So they come out just like potato chips and you know what's in them. I love using olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, as my go-to oil pretty much for everyday cooking, whether it's to cook chicken or meats or even make homemade vinaigrettes. And typically I'll just sprinkle a little extra virgin olive oil on my veggies. I'll toss on a baking sheet and just put in the oven at 350 for 30 minutes or so, just until it gets nice and tender. Butter, I always like to choose a grass-fed butter, so higher quality products. Coconut oil is a really great substitute for oils or butter in baking, and it's really great and soothing for digestion. So coconut oil can be used in place of oil for baking or also even making popcorn. I love cooking eggs with it. And then if baking or you need something to just kind of spray on a cookie sheet, I love using avocado oil spray. So lots of different ways to incorporate a variety of fats. Just like we need a variety of fruits and vegetables, the same is true of our healthy fats, because fats don't make you fat, they actually heal the body.